I only have one message to give you. I don't care what you think of me. I don't care what you call me. I do care what you do with this information because it is important to our survival as a species.
Hey guys, wanted to make this video real quick today. This is a follow-up to a video I made before about fluoride in our water supply. If you haven't watched my video on fluoridation, I suggest to watch it because there is a lot of good information in there. But a lot of you probably didn't know that there's actually a trial currently against the EPA, and this is just an update. In August, a landmark David versus Goliath federal lawsuit brought by citizens against the EPA to end fluoridation of drinking water took another giant step forward. The lawsuit, spearheaded by a coalition of nonprofits and individual citizens, resulted in a 2-week trial in June that synthesized the findings of hundreds of studies, including 2 landmark birth cohort studies funded by the National Institutes of Health. The evidence, which included important admissions from EPA's own scientists, makes clear that the fluoridation chemicals consumed by over 200 million Americans present an unreasonable risk of neurotoxic effects, including reduced IQ, and ADHD symptoms, particularly for babies in the womb and bottle-fed infants. Buttressed by a 2,500-page citizens petition and the expert testimony of 4 internationally recognized scientists, lead attorney Michael Connett asserted that the EPA has been derelict in its duty, spelled out under the Toxic Substance Control Act, to limit or ban toxic chemicals that pose unreasonable risk and, especially as this case underscored, risk to the developing brain. So guys, fluoride is a chemical meant to make you dumb, meant to calcify your pineal gland, meant to, sever your connection to your higher self. So the whole reason they put it in there is to basically make you a shell of a person. So stop drinking tap water if you are. Get reverse osmosis filters, whatever you got to do if you can. At the close of the June proceedings, during which the EPA shunned its own in-house experts in favor of testimony from unqualified scientists for hire, in quotes, presiding Judge Chen chastised the EPA for applying an improper standard of fluoride neurotoxicity and urged the agency to work with the plaintiffs to figure out a solution. Following more foot-dragging from the EPA, the judge on August 6 issued a new order that propels the still very much alive lawsuit into encouraging but largely uncharted legal territory. Specifically, Judge Chen directed plaintiffs to file a new petition with the EPA that incorporates significant scientific developments that have occurred since the original petition's filing. So all the evidence that has been brought to light during this trial so far, they're allowed to incorporate that into a new filing, which I haven't heard of that before, but that's pretty significant. That's a positive step, at least. As for the EPA, the judge has urged the agency to give such a petition due consideration on the merits in light of the substantial scientific evidence proffered at trial, including the powerful testimony of Philip Grandjean, Howard Hugh, Bruce Lampier, and Kathleen Thiessen. The court ordered the 2 parties to report back on November 5th, and in the meantime is holding the trial record open. Those who have been following the lawsuit's progress will enjoy watching an enlightening conversation between legal luminaries Michael Connett and Robert F. Kennedy Jr., which highlights some of the more interesting twists and turns that this groundbreaking legal endeavor has followed. So you can watch this video if you'd like. You can go to blacklistednews.com. Just my opinion, I don't see them actually removing fluoride from the drinking water. I just don't see it happening. I hope I'm wrong. But they went through so much effort over all these years to do this to us. I just don't see it happening. I see them doing something to distract from this, definitely, because most people probably don't even know that it's going on or even heard about it. But now you know. So follow up on it. Watch my video on fluoride if you haven't. Stop consuming fluoride. Try to filter it out of your life in any way that you can, because it is a neurotoxin and it is horrible for you. But anyway, just wanted to give you that quick update.